What's up YouTube, it's your boy Nash here. Welcome back to the channel, and today's video is going to be interesting like every other video, just like any other video anyway, because in this one I'm going to be talking about the new cards that are going to be in Blazing Vortex, which one of them is a new Ojama card, an archetype we haven't seen in a while, get support as well, and I'm also going to be talking about more info we actually got about the prismatic art collection, which I'll be talking about that as well. And then also too, which will actually be the first thing that I'll be talking about, is actually the final cards and what the prismatic rare is going to be for the world premiere pack. So let's actually talk about that for a second, because so let's actually talk about that for a second, because the prismatic secret rare is actually none other than a card we hadn't seen in a hot minute, known as Dunamis Dark Witch. It's getting an OCG reprint, and I find it interesting because I believe it was in a tournament pack. Obviously, you guys can comment below if it is, but yeah, it's gonna be a prismatic secret rare, which I'll be able. Let me see. I'm not sure if the camera does it justice, but yeah, Dunamis Dark Witch as the prismatic secret rare. Honestly, I think it looks really cool. It looks so stunning as a prismatic secret rare. I'm honestly curious to. I'm kind of curious as to what the price will be, considering the fact that the ultra rare one from the legendary collection is going to be I think it's like around like $10, $10 for the ultra. I don't remember honestly, but the last of the cards they're going to be in the world premiere pack, we have Rose Girl, Desert Locust, Pyrath the Ghost Pirate, we have the Desperate Doom Eagle, the Link monster that nobody can pronounce, Brutal Beast Battle, Hollow Giant, Annihilator Archfiend, Tyrant Farm, Cap Shell, Necroquip Prism, Star Power, Execution of the Contract, Monster Express, Feedran, The Winds of Mischief, Primineral Manstrong, Nine Lives Cat, Guard Ghost, Fuma Wave, and Fuma Wave. Yeah, those are the cards. Honestly, I think out of all these, I think the more bigger reprints, the more bigger ones that are are definitely Rose Girl and Desert Locust, just because of the fact that Desert Locust with Locust, it has an effect similar to Formula Synchron, where you're able to synchro summon during your opponent's turn. So that's actually a really cool reprint. I don't know if this is going to be I don't know if this set will be released in the TCG, but if it is, I am very curious as to what they're going to do. But Fuma Wave is a rather interesting trap card. Not the best one, but it's still pretty cool. It's still pretty cool artwork. Nine Lives Cat, I think that was a OCG import. In what was it, Rising Rampage? Either Rising Rampage or Chaos Impact. I don't remember. It's been a hot minute. And then of course Annihilator Archfiend. I believe that's been around for a while. But yeah, and then of course Rose Girl. I think that was another I think that was a TCG exclusive. But those are the remaining cards that are being printed in the World Premiere Pack. Honestly, I'm very curious about this one. This is, in my personal opinion, it's not the it's I don't think it's gonna be a great set, just because most of the cards in the set are not like aren't as meta defined as Toon Chaos was, because with Toon Chaos we got so many amazing cards that definitely needed reprint. Obviously, Master Hero Diane definitely needed a reprint, because I think that was like a $20 secret rare back in the day. I know that also too. What else? Master of Diane. I know that the Toon archetype need some new cards, but I don't think the Toon deck was meta defined. But that was the set that changed everything, because we did get a new rarity for the TCG, which obviously was the collector's rare. And then of course also too, again it's not as meta defining as like Eternity Code or Rise of the Duels, because Eternity Code we got access to Code Talker, and then of course too with Rise of the Duels we got new support for Gaia, and then also with Phantom Rage coming out pretty soon, Phantom Knight support. I don't think this is a good set. I don't recommend it, but if you guys want to get it for the nostalgia, because I know that those cards are pretty old, you guys can definitely get it. I might buy it, but I don't know how much they're going to go for. Alright, you guys, but with that being said, more info has been leaked about the Prismatic Art Collection. I spoke about this a couple weeks ago, and I didn't even know what was going to be in it. Now we know exactly what is in it. So apparently, so it says here, all cards included can also come in the luxurious Prismatic Secret Rare foiling, and 32 of the 50 monster cards included come with alternate art. Damn, that's gonna be pretty cool, making them highly attractive as collectibles. Some of the alternate artworks are brand new for this product, making them a highlight of it. Product specifications: 4 cards per pack, 15 packs per 1 box, 50 different cards per 3 prismatic secret, 8 ultras, 12 supers, and 27 normal parallel rares. Okay, so I guess 4 cards per pack. So I guess I guess it'll be I don't know. I don't know how this would be. Would it be? I think it would probably be three normal parallel rares and then a super rare in each pack, and then possibly like an ultra rare out of all 4 packs. That could be a possibility, but and then you're pretty much guaranteed a couple of ultras and possibly a prismatic secret. I think that's the direction that they're going with. I'm not sure, but honestly, it looks great. It seems like an incredible set to get. I already know for a fact that Cyber Knight will definitely get that, because if you watch Cyber Knight's videos, anything that is new for Japan or new for the TCG, he'll buy it. He will buy it for days. So big shout outs to Cyber Knight. I definitely recommend you guys sharing this video with Cyber Knight and let him know about this set. Although he might have already knew about it. But as far as when this will be released, I think they said it was going to be released within the next few months. So definitely pre-order them when you get the chance. Alright, you guys, now the new cards in Blazing Vortex, and one of them is new support for, let me take a look. Let me see if I can find it, because I can't seem to not care. Apparently this laptop seems to not care. It just keeps going up and down, up and down. Alright. Let me see if I can find you. Did I find you? Yes, I found you. There you are. So apparently there's been so one of the archetypes that's going to be in Blazing Vortex is one you'd least expect. It's none other than Metalfoes. Yeah. Metalfoes are getting support in Blazing Vortex. Honestly, I don't know what the deal is. I don't know what new Metalfoe cards are going to be in here. It is possible that they could put Electromite to 1 and then give it an errata, which is a possibility because Heavy Metalfoe's Electromite was so fucking busted with the Pendulum Magician decks. That deck was busted with Electromite in the deck, but now with it banned, it's pretty much almost dead. It's pretty much almost dead at this point. But of course, Triff Gaming. If you guys watch Triff Gaming's videos on YouTube, you will know that he tries to make Pendulums the top meta deck of the format. But Pendulums are done. I'm saying it now. Pendulums are done with Electromite. Even with Double Iris at 1, it's not as meta defying as Eldritch and Adamantipair. It's not as meta defying as those decks are, honestly. So again, they're pretty much dead. But as far as what cards could be in the set, we could potentially see possibly some new spells, because I know that Metalfoes, they really don't need a lot of any new monster lineups, because if they added more monsters, it's essentially just like not that good. It's not gonna be as broken. So I would just say give them maybe a couple monsters, but that's about it. Let me see if there is anything else, because I know sometimes when I make these videos off of YG organization, for YG organization, they usually add more news. Okay, so that's it. Okay, so again, I really don't see Metalfoes getting any good support, because everybody knows that Metalfoes were not even that good when they were out. But if they do get support, it'll probably just odds are it'll just make the Pendulum the Magician Pendulum decks 10 times more broken than they are now, in my honest opinion. But again, Pendulums are dead. With Electromite gone, and with even still with Astrograph gone as well, there's no point in running Pendulum Magicians, in my personal opinion. So for anybody who is new to the game and are curious as to what deck they should play to get themselves started, hands down, I would say Shadal's. Either Shadal's, Sacred Beast, or Salmagrades, because those three completely changed the game. They changed the game for that format. Because even I'm kind of surprised that Shadal's got support in the structure. I was kind of surprised about that, but it didn't surprise me that they won that tournament, that poll that the OCG had. And we did get Construct to 1, back at 3 because of it. But when we get the next ban list, I think Winda needs to get hit. Winda hands down needs to get hit. I know that I said Construct should get banned with my ban list prediction video, but I did make a mistake. And I actually read the comments. Somebody had said that Winda needs to get banned. I agree, because of how powerful Winda is. I think doesn't Winda focus on isn't that like a mind control with legs or something like that? I think it's a mind control with legs. I don't remember exactly, but I think again Winda definitely needs to get hit, because when it does get hit, the Shadal deck will it'll still be consistent, no doubt about it, but it'll be balanced as well, because with Winda there, it's just broken. It's just absolutely broken. Anyway, that being said, we have a new Ojama card, which honestly looks kind of funny, and then we have Maha, and then we have the return, probably one of those broken cards in Go format, Maha Vailo. Because if you guys don't know Maha Vailo has an effect where it gains 500 attack for each card, for each equipped spell that's equipped to it. So if you played Mage Power and let's say, just to throw it out there, I'll say the Book of Secret Arts. Let's say that for example, Vailo would gain 500 off of mage power for each spell and trap that's on your field, and then of course, two, the Book of Secret Arts giving it an extra 300. It would gain an extra 1,000 for its by its own effect, which that was busted. Once you had those two equipped to Maha Vailo, it was essentially game. You essentially had game. But we now have a brand new new version of Maha Vailo called Light Sky Maha Vailo. It's a light attribute spellcaster effect, level 8 star, with 1550 attack, 1400 defense. This card gains these effects based on the number of equipped cards equipped to it. So if it has at least one, it gains 1,000 attack for each equipped card equipped to it. Bruh, that card, just that effect right there is literally Acts of Despair. 2 equips. Your opponent cannot activate monster effects during the battle phase. It's essentially what's that one? It's like I cannot remember the card. I think it's I want to say that it's Malefic Territory, where it can't where monster effects cannot be activated. It's right around that alley. 3 equips. When your opponent activates a card or effect that targets this card, as a quick effect, you can send one equipped card you control to negate to the grave and negate it. So it's essentially like a it's essentially like kind of like a twin, kind of like a it's kind of like a what you call it, a dark bribe sort of. So that's pretty good effect. 4 equips. Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects during the battle. Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects during the battle phase. So again, it's pretty much the same as the second one, but it's mainly spells, traps, or monster effects. And then 5 equips. Any battle damage this card inflicts to your opponent is doubled. Dude, all these effects are super busted because if you had five equipped cards equipped to him, think of how many how much attack this card would have. It could have up to I think it was possibly up to like 8,000 plus, which is nuts. But ironically enough, it would probably have about 6,000 attack if you were to use the bamboo sword cards, but you would want to beef up this card. So this card is really, really good. Honestly, it is good, but the only downside to it though is the fact that this card requires to have back row, and that's where cards like Harpy's Feather Duster, now at 1, Twin Twister, Cosmic Cyclone will really come into play. That's where it comes into play. So I would definitely recommend playing field spells that prevents your opponent from destroying your back row, which I don't think there are very many. I could be wrong. I obviously could be wrong. You guys can definitely comment below in the comment section. If I am right or wrong. But honestly, the artwork on this thing looks absolutely nuts. I guess Maha Vailo had went from a child to an adult, basically, which is kind of funny. But yeah, that's the new card. Honestly, I think it's great. Awesome card, awesome effects, but again, it's back row based, and that's where Harvey's Feather Duster, Hey Trunade will definitely come into play. Now for this one, new Ojamas are getting support again. Are getting support for the first time in well over a few years. What is it, you may ask? None other than Ojama Pink. So we had Ojama Green, Ojama Black, and Ojama Yellow. And I think from Dark Crisis to Dark Crisis and Invasion of Chaos, and to Ancient Sanctuary, I think. Then, of course, Ojama Red and Ojama Blue from some of the newer sets that we had in the last few years. And now this. In terms of monsters, this is what we have. And I'll show you guys what the card looks like. And what you guys are about to see is so funny, but I find it really cool. Yeah, that's Ojama Pink, which is hilarious. Hilarious artwork, but its stats are the same as all the rest. Light Star, so not Light Star, Light Attribute 2 star, 0 attack, 1000 defense, but its effects are a little different. Its effect is different. Because I believe, so judging by its effect, it's a hard once per turn. So it says here, if this card is sent from the hand or field to the grave, you can have each player draw 1 card, then each player discards 1 card. So it's essentially like a Dark World Dealings, basically, which is pretty cool. Then if you discarded an Ojama card, you can choose one opponent's unused monster zone, and that zone cannot be used until the end of the opponent's turn. So it's essentially like Ojama Duo, Ojama Trio, sort of, with the second half of its effect, but the first half is Dark World Dealings. So this basically like your Dark World deck, basically, because it's because if this card was, because if you discard an Ojama, you're forcing your opponent to not use any zones at all, which is good, which is pretty good. But again, with the first half of the effect, again, Ash Blossom will always come into play. But considering the fact that your opponent wants to see you discard your practically your whole deck, your opponent will allow it to go through. But at the same time, again, if you think about it, the Ojama deck we haven't seen the Ojamas get support since I think, what was it, Ancient Millennium? It was either Ancient Millennium or the first Legendary Duelist set. It was one or the other. I don't remember. I think it was Ancient Millennium. So again, awesome card. But I would definitely put, if I was playing the Ojama deck and I had this card in the deck, I would just put this at 2, because if you put it at 3, it can just essentially be dead in hand, in my personal opinion. But guys, that is going to do it for this video. Question of the day. What are your guys' thoughts on Blazing Vortex? Oh, no, you know what? Scratch that. What are your guys' thoughts on the World Premiere Pack, and do you think we will get that set in the TCG? Let me know in the comments below. And that is going to do it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash the thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys love seeing these Yu-Gi-Oh news videos that I bring up, definitely hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you guys don't miss out on any new content that comes your way. And be sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. All the links will be down in the description below. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.